Sharpen your pencils, kids. It's time for art class. I'm kidding, mostly. But if you want a simple sketchbook practice that you can do in 5 minutes that will improve your ability to draw people, this video is for you. I'm going to show you a drawing exercise that I learned in a human anatomy art class I took last year. It really improved my ability to draw people, and I think it could improve your ability too if that's something you're trying to improve. So this exercise is really simple. It can be done very quickly, probably in 5 minutes. You'll start by finding a reference photo that you like. Usually when I do this exercise, I will pick a sport and then look up photos of people playing that sport. I just find it's a little bit more exciting and challenging if I look up photos of people playing sports because the human bodies are in like a unique position. So for the exercise I'm doing today, I'm looking at golf players because the US Open just happened. Very sad that Scottie Scheffler did not win a Grand Slam. Tragic. Now, usually I will do this type of exercise in my sketchbook. I'll just do some loose bone drawings across a page. However, for this video, I thought it'd be fun to do it on this giant newsprint paper that I happen to have lying around. Another thing that I like to do when I'm doing any sort of drawing exercise that can sometimes feel a little bit like a chore, but something I like to do to make it more fun is I'll do the sketches in colored pencils. So I'll do all sorts of different colors. I don't know why it makes it more fun for me, it just does, as opposed to just doing it all in graphite. So let's see, I have this picture here of this player. I don't know why I'm pretending I don't know who this is. It's Rory McIlroy. Anyways, I have this picture of Rory McIlroy that we're gonna draw. He's wearing a red shirt, so I'll use a red pencil. Okay, so how you do this is you're just gonna draw the bones. And basically what that looks like is you're gonna pretend like you have X-ray vision and you can see through the figure to their bones. So usually I like to start with the head. That's like the positioning I like to work with. Oh, wait, no. The most important thing, and this is the most challenging thing, is you're gonna choose the top and bottom of your sketch. And I know it doesn't seem like it matters, but when you choose the top and bottom, you're forcing yourself to stay within those parameters. And as you're drawing, if you get the proportions wrong, as you're moving down the body, because I usually like to start at the head and work my way down, if I get the proportions wrong and Rory McIlroy's feet don't end up at this line, they either end up below it or above it, it means my proportions are not balanced and I need to go back and do it again. If I move this line to match wherever his feet do end up, I am not forcing myself to learn how to balance the proportions correctly. So I might be butchering that explanation. Hopefully I'm not. That's the way I understand it. The top and bottom line are important, and it's important that you don't move them, no matter how much you want to. So, it's not that frustrating when you're just doing a loose sketch of bones, but if you're like trying to do a finished drawing and you have your proportion line set, and then you spend a lot of time working on something and then you're like, wow, the proportions are wrong and I have to erase this and do it again, that's when it's frustrating. Okay, so I like to keep it pretty fast. I'll usually start with the head, try to gauge how big the head should be versus the size of the the size of the figure. And then from there, you're kind of just figuring out how the bones are positioned so that you can draw them accurately. So his neck and his spine are kind of a little bit twisted because of the way his body is moving. From there, you can kind of draw the rib cage. His rib cage also is twisted. This feels so intimidating doing it on camera. I feel like there's just like so much more pressure. Okay, and then usually before I do any sort of limbs or anything, I try to get rib cage, head, and pelvis in place, because those are kind of like your anchor spots for the body, kind of obviously. I feel like that's kind of a no-brainer. Yeah, his pelvis is like kind of cheated towards the camera. Okay, and then from there, I'll usually go in with, what's the big, the class that I took, the teacher that I had, she knew a lot of the bones in the human body. And we spent a lot of time like learning the bones, and then we spent a bunch of classes learning the muscles before we ever moved on to like drawing what looked like real people. And it was very impressive. I was very impressed that she knew as many of the bones as she did, but I don't even, this is your femur, right? It's embarrassing. I'm pretty sure it's your femur, I don't know. Anyways, I don't like to make it too complicated or anything like that. See, I'm already making his leg too long because I don't have any room for his foot. So, usually I try not to erase too much when I'm doing these. Where's my... Just because it's not really the point to erase stuff. The point is to just practice and move on if you get it wrong. But sometimes, oh wow, colored pencil erases really well on newsprint, you guys. I had no idea. Yeah, so we'll put his foot right here. He looks like a dancer. We need to give him another leg. Look how twisted his, what is that, his left leg? That looks crazy. Now that I'm looking at it, it looks insane. But, I mean, that's probably the way your golf stance is supposed to look. So, what do I know? I've played golf like 3 times in my life. 4 times, maybe? It is fun. You know, and when you look like me on a golf course, no one's really expecting you to know anything. So, kind of takes the pressure off. His little foot is twisted weird. Like, that looks very funky, but... Okay, now his arms. Ooh, the challenging part of this one is that his arms are very foreshortened in this perspective, so got like a little elbow here, so his arms look extra scrawny. His hand is definitely hidden behind his head, and his head needs to be a little bit bigger. His arm is not really visible. And then he's got a big shoulder here. And to finish it off, we'll add the golf club just for funsies. I'm making the club huge. Whoopsie! It's the size of his head. I mean, it is a driver, so the club is a little bit big. Okay, that's a bone study. Simple as that. Look at a photo of a human body, literally in any position, and draw the bones. And this right here, this exercise, has kind of been game-changing, life-changing for my ability to draw human beings. Anytime I'm drawing a human in an illustration, I get intimidated. I get overwhelmed and feel like I am gonna fail. Like, what if I can't draw a human being in this position? And when that fear enters my mind, it makes the entire process exponentially harder. So doing this as my starting point, just get the bones down. They don't even have to be perfect, just make them messy, just get the bones on the paper. It's like, it gives me a place to start. I just start, and then I can go from there. So yeah, let's do another one. I don't know who this guy is because he's older, but I probably should know who he is. I'm gonna guess he's a famous guy. Let's see if the description says. It doesn't. Whatever. I don't have time to go Google search who the guy is. If you know who he is, tell me in the comments. I'm sure he's a famous guy, famous golf player. See, this is fun. I want to draw his outfit and his pants. Why? Modern golf players should wear outfits like this. When did we get rid of the plaid pant look? This guy's wearing green, so I'm gonna do his bones in green. Okay, so we'll do our head and our bottom. And yeah, like I said, I will look at a reference photo of a human and think, oh no, what if I can't draw this? Just start. You can probably draw better than you think you can, you just need to start. Now, this is interesting because he's very crouched over. His neck is almost, yeah, that's very interesting. And his torso here is doing something funky. I feel like, no, okay. That's too long of a shin. Okay, and the fun thing about this one is that his legs are very much locked in together. Got a little tight putting stance. Okay, let's do arms. Okay, this one's kind of dropped down here. It's a little bit following the curve of his back. Back's a little more curved than that. He's got his elbow here. Yeah, it feels pretty good. And then this arm's kind of here, very foreshortened, which is kind of my Achilles heel. That's okay. It's just a practice. Looks like a clobber hand. Whoopsie, whoopsie. And we'll give him a club. That's the other reason why I like doing people playing sports, is because you get to add whatever their little instrument is. Is that what you would call that? You know, tennis racket, baseball bat, hockey stick. I don't know, it's like kind of fun. It's like you're obviously just doing a sketch, so you're not drawing anything finished, but kind of fun. Okay, I like that. That looks pretty good. Okay, let's do one more. Let's find an interesting pose. Ooh, I kind of like, this might be, oh no, I kind of like this one. This one's interesting. I also don't know who this is, but if I had to bet, this is like a catalog photo. This doesn't really look like a pro golfer. I've watched some tournaments. I've never seen anyone wearing saddle shoes like that. They're all wearing Brooks on Nikes. See, this guy's outfit is brown, but I don't want to use brown. That's lame. What if we do, ooh, we could do this kind of goldenrod color. Okay. Okay, little top, and I just realized I'm kind of going off where you guys can see. Do a little top and bottom there. And he's got his head. It's tilted up. Another thing that I've seen people do, and some people did this in the class where I learned this exercise, is they'll draw like a straight line between their top and bottom and kind of just mark on a line where they think each piece should go. I don't normally do that, but it can be helpful if you like are struggling to put the bones where they belong. So yeah. Okay, so he's got his rib cage is like very flat towards us. But his pelvis is twisted. Like so, kind of. It's a little big, I think. Could do to shrink that a little bit. Got like a neck here. And then the spine kind of there. Then he's got his leg over here. He's got his legs basically straight up and down right there. Giving them such weird feet. Okay. And then he's got... It's so interesting to me when the legs are in clearly very different positions. Like these two legs are doing very different things. It's weird to me how the knees still end up in the same place. Like I feel like my brain wants to say this knee should be way lower, but it's not. Like on the line of what I'm viewing, the knees are pretty much in the same place. So this foot is doing something really weird. It's like twisted up almost. It's a very strange looking foot. Obviously this bone connects. Again, this looks weird because, you know, we don't just have a pelvis and a tailbone, we have muscles that, you know, would make it so that you can't see this leg connecting right here, but we're not drawing muscles, we're drawing bones. Okay, arms, we got the big shoulder here, and this arm just kind of disappears. Like it just just goes right here behind his noggin. This arm, though, this is the one that we're excited about. It goes down like so. I don't know, what would your shoulder muscle look like in this position? I feel like I would need to see a little skeleton picture. Got your little... Then we can connect them because we got the other hand here. His wrist. The club is going like so. Just perfect. Cool. Crummies everywhere. I feel like an idiot holding this up. Okay, that's it. That is the whole exercise. Like I said at the beginning, there's really not much to it. You can do it in 5 minutes. You could do it with reference photos or with people in real life. You could probably even do it with animals if you knew animal bones. I don't really know animal bones, but you could do it with animals. Anyways, I think it's a great exercise. If you try it out, let me know in the comments. And thanks so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Is this a good thumbnail shot?